Everything seemed to be going great. We were fine. We were having fun together. We were hanging out, creating a lot of memories with one another. And then all of a sudden, she goes cold. She just all of a sudden does not want a relationship anymore, just out of nowhere. Okay, so this is a conversation that has been happening in my field recently. So let's talk about this for a bit. Oh, you men, 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 men. Now, I need you to understand some things. Women are very complicated. You men are simple. Don't spend your life trying to figure out the female perspective and how a woman's mind and emotions work because you'll never figure that out. It's very, very complicated. But that's why there's people like me who can help give you information from the female perspective while also having knowledge of how men and women think and behave differently and how men's brains are wired and how women's brains are wired. So step number one, stop trying to figure it out because you cannot. Okay. Secondly, with women, it's going to take a lot more than just dates every Friday night and drinks in the backyard together. You know, we've been sold this narrative here in the West that, oh, don't worry about his job or his financial assets or his resources or his money. That's too superficial. You're superficial if you ask for those things. No, you know what's superficial? Having some drinks together every Friday night, having some good hookups every now and again, and not knowing where the hell your relationship is heading. That's superficial. That's extremely superficial. That is the top layer superficial. That's the fun stuff. That's the easy stuff. You want to be not superficial? You want to be deep? Then show the ways that you can protect and provide. Because the female brain is always subconsciously seeking out the ways that a masculine man, can protect and provide. If he is a male in a male body, the female brain will always be seeking out the ways that he can protect and provide for her in order to make her feel safe and secure. So if you want to truly build something sustainable and real and authentic with her, then show her the ways that you can protect and provide. Because even though we do have higher needs today, and we live in a more abundant world where the traditional gender roles are not so common anymore because women don't particularly need men to keep them alive anymore. Those deep-rooted psychological, evolutionary, whatever you want to call it, those needs are still very much ingrained in the female brain, in our creation from God, okay? So screw all the fancy date nights, okay? That's fine at first when you're first beginning to know someone. That's great. You should, okay? But after a while, after you've been getting comfortable with one another for months and months, you should be getting deeper, okay? That superficial stuff is only going to last so long, especially for woman, okay? And bringing the hormones and stuff into it. Now, for you older gentlemen, when you're dating someone and you're getting to know them for a year and you're like in this like boyfriend girlfriend relationship, which by the way, I don't believe in that, and most people that know me, they know I don't believe in that. But if you're having this intimate relationship and she's giving herself to you, literally, physically, and emotionally, and spiritually tying herself to you, okay, especially for older women who probably, arguably, even more so want stability and groundedness. If a woman is like in her day-to-day life, you know, as a single unmarried woman, and she's a bit like maybe she's mid-age, okay, and she's, living her life as normal. She's working her full-time job. Maybe she lives on her own. Maybe she has a few kids, right? She's a mom, taking care of the house and the children, trying to do the chores in the home while also still trying to support herself, working a full-time job as a single mom. These women's hormones are going to be out of balance. They're going to be all whacked out, okay? So understand that from a hormonal perspective, women are already more whacked out. Okay, so women are about four different people, I guess you could say, four different women each month. We go through 4 phases of our cycle, and each week we experience different emotions because our hormone levels are constantly fluctuating. And sometimes we're more dominant in testosterone and have more male traits. But because of this, if a woman is living her single, unmarried life, and trying to take care of her family and trying to work her job, her hormones are going to be even more so out of balance. And so for her, rationally thinking, she's going to say, okay, if this man he's not protecting for me, he's not providing anything tangible for me, he's not providing resources for me and my children, I'm still having to stress myself out and go to work every single day, take care of my house, take care of my family. And what the hell do I need a man for? Like, why do I need a man? That's just another added stress. Like, honestly, I'm sorry, but this is what women will think. Why the hell am I with this man for 6, 7, 8 months, a year, and like, he's not even relieving any stress in my life. I'm still experiencing so much stress in my life because I'm having to do all of this hard work and take care of the kids all by myself. What is this man adding to my life? Nothing tangible. He's not providing anything, okay? Except maybe he'll pay for my, drinks on Friday nights, but that doesn't help her relieve her stress every other day of the week back at home. Do you understand what I'm saying here? So, with the average American woman, her hormones are completely out of whack, okay, already, because she's already doing it all herself and, working like a man and putting all that stress on her body, which women are not equipped to handle stress on their bodies in the same way that men can, okay? Men get happier and healthier when stress is added onto their bodies and they have problems to solve. But women, they do not, okay? They become very sick. So if her hormones are already struggling and then you just become an added stress in her life, it is not enough to just be hot and sexy together or give her flowers once a week. That is not enough for women. That's superficial, okay? Because women need to feel like they are not alone in this world, having to do life by themselves, okay? So if you're not helping her relieve that stress and burdening her with more, then she will naturally start to question, what does she need this relationship for anyway? She needs to go off and find someone who will protect and provide. Men are giving up way too easily now, and the female being needs to be fought for. I mean, this is just pathetic how the men can so easily take no for an answer. It's really, really sad to me. Okay? This is the cold, hard truth. And women are very wise. We are more intuitive. And we know what more of our needs are. Okay? So she may need to go find someone who will relieve her stress and protect and provide and paying her bills and helping her with the kids. And let me tell you, the most attractive thing that a man has ever said to me was, "You will never have to worry about money." That's it. Those words. It wasn't the one who bought me Chanel earrings. It wasn't the one who brought me to the local bar and got me a little bit tipsy for the night. Okay? It's the most attractive thing was you will never have to worry about money because I will take care of you. Okay? That's what women need. That's what women seek out subconsciously or consciously. We deny this. A lot of women today, we deny this need to seek out those resources. But we cannot compete with nature. Okay, we cannot compete with all the programming and the way that God intended for us to live our life, and that is to seek out resources from a man. So it doesn't matter if she's already done had all of her children. That's just the innate need from women. So here's what I will question to you men. If you are dating her intimately, okay, and you're in this relationship and you're not seeing anyone else, you're sleeping together and doing all the boyfriend girlfriend things that people do here. And then all of a sudden she says, I don't know if I want to be in a relationship with you anymore. Are you going deep and having the deep conversations of marriage, of life together in the future? Are you moving towards that, or are you teeter-tottering the whole idea of marriage and if this woman is worthy of receiving that commitment from you? Because each time that women give themselves intimately to a man that, he doesn't protect and provide, he's just a fun time, she loses a little bit more of her self-worth. So because women have become so much more independent, and because women, as they get older, they become more masculinized, you have to actually work a little bit harder to prove yourself as a masculine container in her life. Okay, so that means not prolonging this marriage commitment thing and not teeter-tottering around the idea of marriage and going back and forth. Oh, do I want to? Do I not want to marry her? Like this is very detrimental to the female psyche. So I know that this is the unpopular message, and you don't hear this, in pop culture for sure. But men, especially when you're older, you need to move a little bit faster when you're dating and moving into marriage, okay? You need to speed up the process and stop with this whole, oh, we've been knowing each other, we've been dating intimately for the past 2 years. No, women don't, especially older women, they don't want that kind of juvenile playground. I mean, I don't know what else you would call it. I mean, all the women in my family met, engaged, married, pregnant, all in a year. So, I know pop culture has had a huge effect on why this has become denormalized, but it's actually very normal, and it's actually the smartest way to go. Next, if she does say something like, I don't want to be with you anymore, or, I'm feeling a bit down about this relationship, blah, 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 it's because she's not experiencing a structured enough masculine container for her, okay? And also what plays a role in that is her hormones. So whatever phase she's in her cycle, she could just be saying things irrationally, okay, and being just overly emotional. She might not even mean it. So what your job is to do as a man, as that masculine container and masculine safety, is refuse to take no for an answer. I mean, just fight for it, right? Women want to feel like they are treasured, like they are the only one. They want to be reassured that they are special and held in a high regards, right? Put on a pedestal to you, like as a masculine container. That's what women want to feel like. So masculine fights and feminine rests. And so fight for what it is that you want. Earn your way in, because that's what masculine energy has to do. He has to pursue and earn his way in. And I could go on and on about this, but again, I try to keep these YouTube videos relatively short and sweet, just so you can get an overall idea. But yeah, if you have any questions or video recommendations, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. And of course, subscribe here on YouTube if you are not already. And that's all I'm going to say for this video today. And I will leave all my links to follow me and check out my courses down below. So until the next video, I will talk to you guys, men and women, next time. Mwah.